we are, Dean. What's going
How
on
you
today?
doing, bro?
Tell you what a fantastic day we've had today. Really pretty day. Excited about bringing all you guys some up-to-date news. We got playoff talk, and we got all kind of stuff going on. Lane Kiffin will be at Ole Miss. Pac-12 just kind of blows up. Wolverines are in, and the Buckeyes are out maybe.
And this year and next year will be the last 2 years for the Final Four. Then we will move to this 12 team. Are you happy about that?
Come right back and find out. All right, welcome into the Matt and Todd Show. Guys, we hope everybody's having a great day. I know that we are, and Dean, we are on show number 167. Show it down there in the corner. Tell them what's up.
A lot of shows. 167.
And you can also find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you're watching from Facebook or YouTube or Twitter. Thank you guys for stopping by, the best darn sports duo going anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Well, football is kind of winding down towards the end, and we know that, but that does not mean that we are not going to continue to bring you guys all the news and action that you deserve.
Yes, sir.
So, I guess kind of to start things out with, Zach, what's going on, Big Daddy? Good to see you on here. We got playoffs.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
we
Oh,
got-
yeah. State championship
We
games.
had a great game that we got to attend the other night, and I'm going to bring this up. Dane, tell them a little bit about the Warriors.
Well, I tell you what, the Warriors just looked pretty unstoppable the other night, did they not?
I mean, geez Louise, guys.
480 yards of offense, 379 rushing, 100 passing. They held Bothwell in check. He gained 198 yards, but he broke one, right? One long one.
He had maybe two. He broke a couple.
Yeah, he's good.
Just to be fair.
He's good.
He is a good, and also we wish him a speedy recovery. I did reach out to him on Instagram and say, enjoyed watching you play, and we'll see you back next year. He'll be back.
Oh, yeah, I know. Got a hurt arm. But again, Jacob, 312 yards rushing. I thought Jack Amos played fantastic. Had an interception return for
Hello, Aaron.
103 yards, I think. Had 100 receiving, 50 rushing, interception. They called back his interception return. Tay Diamond had 4 or 5 tackles behind the line. I felt like the play of the game, Matt, was 14-0. Center, Aniana was on the one. First and goal. No, second and goal. And they hit Bothwell for a three-yard loss.
Yeah. First initiate on the contact was, of course, Jack Amos. Jack runs through there on the end and pops him, and then a gang of Warriors come to rise to the occasion. Tay Diamond had at least 5 tackles behind the line for a loss. Got to spend a lot of time speaking with John Holder and Coach Short down there a good bit. Benton Burge, thank you, Benton, for shooting a lot of the live video for us. And Aaron, thank you for doing the pictures and the live snippets of plays. We had a lot of good, that big catch Jack made and took off with it. He was slapping the guy down the field behind him, slapping him off of him.
Oh, I know.
Aaron had that all on video.
They gained about 50 or 60 yards. Just that play.
The quit and the fight in these guys, it's just like something you see. I've seen this before, and I'm not being cliche. Watching that 5-team play back, when we spend more time up there, that's what they play. They play kind of like they just got a chip on their shoulder.
Oh, no, they're not one to, let's just say they were in a game and it's 21-7. I don't think anybody out there on the field would be like, we're done.
Well, that's it. Just hold the tent. Put the tent up. Coach Kelly's done. And that's what it is. I mean, and hats off to Turner and Weaver and Henderson and Decker. And, of course, Coach Kelly at the helm.
Coach Hayes, yeah.
And the other guy, that was out there, does the stats.
Yeah, Mike.
And
Lockridge.
Yes, and the other coach. That he runs the defense stuff sort of, and Hendo kind of he says I just kind of oversee. I'm not sure if things right, but I'm gonna tell you while we brag on the coaches a little bit. Coach Henderson was calling. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying this. Every time he knew where they were going.
Yeah.
Every play, if I was standing close to him, he was telling them he's going 1 right here,
Right.
3, wherever they run it, pass.
Right. Well,
So they were ready.
You look at the stat line. It may not look like their defense played great, but they did.
Absolutely.
I mean, half those yards, not half, but 150 came after it was a 4-touchdown lead. One guy come in and broke an 80-yarder. Montgomery, you remember that? Yeah. Or a 70-yarder, and but most of the yards were gained by Bothwell through 3 quarters.
I'm listening back to making sure I ain't got nobody helping me tonight really on the other end. Yes, Montgomery, let me brag on him.
Yeah, he looked good. He had 100 yards.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Are you kidding me?
But they didn't rush their rushing totals and totals went down because there was 3 or 4 sacks, snap over the head. You remember the snap over the head?
Something
lost 20 yards.
Continue on there. Something is off. All right. Is it?
Something's off.
I don't know. I just listened to it. This is part of doing a live show, people.
Sounds fine.
Yeah. Am I missing something here? Testing 1, 2, 3. This is part of doing a live show, people. No, it's good.
Sounds fine.
Yeah. I can hear something talking in the background. There ain't nothing on. Testing 1, 2, 3. You're probably hearing the echo when it's playing back. That's what you're hearing.
Yeah.
So.
But Center's defense come up big all night.
Yes. Yeah. Continue.
But I mean.
Let me turn it. Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Keep talking. I can't. Keep going.
Oh, I was just saying that their defense come up big all night. Aniana didn't get to the end zone.
Yeah.
None in the first half.
Probably
And
2 real driving scores.
right, 2 real driving scores. One of them was late after it was 42-14.
Yeah.
With 6 minutes left. And, I don't care who you are. You're going to let up a little bit when you know you've got the game. And they knew it. I knew it.
Yeah.
42-14 with 6 minutes left. I'm like, they're not going to get beat. Somebody punched me up there and said, shut up, you're going to jinx them. I'm like, no, I'm not. Not with it 42-14 with 6 minutes left. They do not have the ability to come back this quick.
All right, let's. We're proud of the guys, and they're our last team left to go, and they will play Friday at 11. We will be there, rooting the kids on and Coach Kelly and bunch, and we're
I'm
we're
looking
excited
forward
for
to that.
Yeah, we're going to leave out of here Friday morning.
How long does it take to get to Auburn?
We've been a few times. I guess
think
3 hours.
Kickoff should be at 11:15.
Yeah, we'll try to be there like to be in the stadium at 10:30.
Yeah.
You don't want to walk in at kickoff and try to find a seat,
No.
because you're gonna get a Coke or grab a bag of chips.
I'd say we could leave at 7 and get down there and make it easy.
Yeah.
7:15.
We'll pull out here at 7 and I'm I'm excited.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I think they got a chance, and we're going to talk about Andalusia. I know I got 1A pulled up right now. We'll go through these scores. So we go through 1A. Dean, Leroy 28, Milry 11. Surprising.
Yeah. I thought Milry, according to was it Massey? Milry was gonna
I did too.
win the state.
They beat Sweetwater.
But Leroy has dropped down from 2A, and they've won 2A.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be a tough out.
Yes, they are. They are favored to win over Pickens County, as they didn't lose. Then the controversy at Coosa, and that's not for us to say. We weren't there. We have looked at video. Going through the rules, where you it's not where you catch the ball without being on the ground. It's where you're down, as in when you have to. The word in the book was attain a spot on the field, and he attained his spot on the field about the 1. So as soon as his feet come down outside the end zone, then it would have.
According to the rules.
they just missed it.
Yeah. Well, I talked to somebody today that said, no, that's not right. You just got to break the plane. And the ball supposedly broke the plane.
Well, sure it did, but he didn't, not him in possession on the ground with it.
Right.
In college it is.
Yeah.
But high school, according to a person that called me about 1 o'clock Saturday morning, and I'm telling you, I'm not going to say who it was because it don't matter. This guy's been announcing and calling football games for a long time.
Yeah.
20 years of time. And also his father was involved with announcing football. I take his word for it. I'll just say that, and we'll move on from that. 1A, Leroy and Pickens, they'll play Thursday at 3.
Thursday at 3.
Yeah, because they'll start the day with 3A, which will be Piedmont. The
Shocker.
Fighting Bulldogs, and we'll go to 2A now.
That's a shocker who's in 2A.
BB Comer will supply. They took down Highland Home. Kind of surprising, 44-15. What about that?
I was shocked by that. Shocked.
BB Comer moves on.
I actually had thought Highland Home would definitely beat BB Comer. I don't know much about BB Comer. I think this may be one of the best teams they've had in a long time.
A great question, Dave. I'm glad you asked that.
You got some BB Comer stuff.
Let me tell you about BB Comer.
All right.
Todd, BB Comer playoff wins week 3 versus Reeltown, which was a surprise to 28-22. Week 4 they beat Highland Home. We just talked about here.
44-15.
All right, and 95 was their last regular season championship aside from 2022 this year. Of course, they're 2-1 in the semis and 0-1 in the finals. They played 3A in 95. The state game they lost to Cordova 6-0.
Wow.
Their stars consist of running back Anthony Green. And offensive lineman Chip Abbott, linebacker Chris Wheeler, offensive line Kevin Barnett, wide receiver and all Alabama Mississippi game star Marcus Knight. And 3A, now they were 3A then, 3A player of the year, Tally Embery. Embry.
Did you?
Does any of those names ring a bell? This is 95.
Marcus Knight started for Michigan.
There you go.
At wide receiver.
Played at BB Comer.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was the all-star of the Alabama Mississippi all-star game.
Team?
Yes.
Do you remember the Alabama Michigan game, 35-34?
Tom Brady.
He was one of the receivers. Started.
That's why you hit the subscribe button, people.
Now, he wasn't the star, but
Right,
he was the other.
That's amazing.
Yes, I had a guy that I worked with tell me that.
Okay.
He said, Marcus Knight started for Michigan.
B. Comer.
Who was the others? Telly
Sylacauga,
Embry?
the home of Gomer Powell.
Which
attended the University of Alabama and got a degree in business. Gomer Powell went on to be a U.S. Marine Corps, and he was private Gomer Powell.
I've heard of Telly Embry, but I don't know.
Telly Embry, he was 3A Player of the Year. Now, they went to 4A for a time, for a year or two. Then they went in 98, 99, they went back to 3A in 02. They went 0-10. And then they went actually down to 2A, I think, in 04 and 5. Okay. So they have really bounced around a lot in that Sylacauga area, and they share a field with Sylacauga when they play.
Right.
It's just a little tidbit of information. So the home of Gomer Powell and Marcus Knight.
Marcus Knight.
That would probably put you in a state championship game. So
just check something while you're talking there.
BB Comer is not favored in the game. Fife is favored.
Yes, for obvious reasons.
In the game by 13.5 by the computer. And that is a look at 2A. And we'll go over here to 3A and the Fighting Steve Smiths, the Battle of the Blanchards and the Scooters.
Steve Smith, boy, they put up 500 yards the other night, man. Here we go. We got his college stats right here. I want to go over this right quick.
Marcus Knight, BB Comer, 95 state champ, all-star at the Alabama-Mississippi game, high school game.
Okay, started 2 years at Michigan. In 98, he caught 41 passes for 597 yards and a 14.6 yard average. In 99, which is the year Brady was the quarterback, he caught 36 for 766.
Look at there. You're over 700 yards as a college football player. You've played football.
And that Michigan team did finish 10-2 and beat Alabama 35-34.
That's why I don't like Tom Brady. So,
Tom Brady was their quarterback.
Y'all can get mad at me. I'm sorry.
He was not the leading receiver. He was second. Wow.
Warrior Walk is at 8:45 Friday morning. I'll see. I'll
8:45.
Yeah, that'll be
Warrior
Walk. Yeah, I'll try to come. Miss Angie, thank you for letting everybody know. Everybody go if you can. I know it's a work day, and but
he was also a punt returner for Michigan.
Also return punts. There you go,
How
guys.
good was he in high school?
So that's a look at 2A and some information about Marcus Knight.
Now, hold on.
St. James.
I was going to ask you about 5. Have they got everybody healthy?
No. So I don't. Just rumor hears that we're not doctors, but we're not sure if Anderson's going to play or not.
Okay. All right.
We're not doctors, so we don't know. We just hear things that fall down through the branches. But
right. Well, tell us more about St. James and Piedmont.
Now, I don't know much about them. They did take care of Mobile Christian 35-7.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Sylvania repeated beating Sylvania 55-22 with 500 yards of offense in the game.
He had 2.
Jack's running over people.
259 passing, 100 rushing.
100, yeah.
I mean, maybe over 100.
Yeah.
Oh, the stat I saw was the 259. 224 at the half.
I'm not sure how. I don't know. Who's going to beat them?
I mean, he's got 3,300 yards passing this year and about 1,400 rushing.
Oh, yeah, by the way, sorry I missed this. B.B. Comer for and against 502 they've scored, and they've only allowed 265. Fife is favored by 2 touchdowns. 3A, St. James, AHSAA says Piedmont is favored by 3. That's not Massey, that's through AHSA. 73, they have never met Piedmont. 1973 is when they started this school.
Okay.
They lost 35-28 to Hanley and 14-26 to Charles Henderson. Those are larger schools. Mm-hmm. No shame in your game.
That's their only losses this year?
Yes.
And Henderson's in the state championship.
You could look at their other.
Wow.
Go on their St. James and plug them out. Look at their other. That region's not the most deadly region in the world.
Right.
No offense to anybody. The St. James Trojans, they have scored 497 points. They have only given up 227 points. This thing keeps reminding. I don't want to do a security update. This is their first 12-win season, Dean. They have 263 students in-house at the school. They're 0-31 now if somebody scores 40 plus on them.
And Piedmont can score 40.
You can go in there and go to just close that. It's the ad.
Oh.
You can go to their team or something and say, I kind of piddled through it just to see who their region kind of was.
Yeah.
Tell us who they've played.
Well, they beat Montgomery Academy 42-14. Hanley beat them 48-35. That's impressive. Beat Southside Selma. Beat Alabama Christian 35-20. Had one game forfeited. Beat Trinity 37-21. Lost to Charles Henderson 26-14, who's in the state championship. And they beat Thomasville 40-15. Mobile Christian, W.S. Neal, and Walter Welborn. Looks to me like it'll be, I think, might be a good matchup, which, Piedmont's been there so many times.
They're showed to be favored by 3.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like you said, that's big.
Of course, Piedmont's only loss is to Center,
Anniston,
Cherokee County.
The 2 4A teams that are both
Anniston.
that went to the playoffs, and Cherokee that's in the state championship game to face Andalusia. So good luck to Coach Smith and bunch. We hope they.
Yeah.
That'll be his 6th.
6th. He's 5-1.
And that'll be 2 times he's been back to back.
Is that 2 times back to back?
I think this will be 2 times back to back. I think
they have a good chance. Their only loss came to Flomaton.
Who's that?
Flomaton's the only loss he's ever had. He's beat Cordova.
At the state game, Steve. Yeah, I remember that game.
Catholic. Beat Bayside.
Now that Bayside game. Now I got all the faith in him, but that Bayside team, I thought, man, how are they going? And they did.
They hammered them, didn't they?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to it.
We'll go to 4A.
4A.
4A. We've talked about the game that we attended. The Cherokee County Aniana, 42-21. The Warriors take care of business. Guys played tough. This Cherokee County bunch will swap punches with the devil.
Yeah, they're tough.
They just don't care. They just feel like they're kind of. Maybe not everybody thinks that they can win it. They kind of feel that underdog thing, and they use it.
They strike me as the type that might want that.
Yeah.
Hey, good.
Yeah, pick against us.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
There is film. I did share this Andalusia Catholic Montgomery game. 29-26, Andalusia wins. I did share the game. You can go to YouTube and type it in. It's called Friday Night, and it's night with a K, like Knights.
Oh, nice.
Friday Night Football, and you can find it on YouTube. You can watch the game. It's a highlight, and it's probably I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so highlights of the game.
Yeah.
Guys, let me tell you.
This was a game. 29-26. After getting beat by them 3 touchdowns 4 weeks ago.
Andalusia.
They got a rich history, don't they?
Very rich. The year I was born, what a great year it was. 1977 was also a great year for the 3A at the time. Andalusia Bulldogs went undefeated in 72 there. Since 72, they were 69-4-2.
Wow.
In 77, they scored 422, and they allowed 76.
Ooh, 76 points.
They won the state 7-0 over Walter Welborn. Joe Ball, 1,400-yard rusher. Eddie Henderson, he was the star of the team. He gave 2,000 yards all year. That's all the yards that they had give up.
Really?
As a team.
I mean,
2,000 yards all year.
1,013 ball games. Wow. Eddie
Henderson was one of the stars on this team.
Joe Ball had 1,400 yards.
All-state player Doug Collins, Danny Merritt, Tim Nell, and Ricky Vyson. Bobby Johnson was the guy. 5,000 rushing yards of his career, 60 touchdowns.
Wow.
103 seasons they've been playing football as the Andalusia Bulldogs.
103.
72 winning seasons. Now, they're 13-1. The AHSA has them favored by 1.
1. Wow.
They have a 50.5% chance to beat Cherokee County.
Cherokee County has a 49.5 chance.
Yes. They have 381 students at the school. Had 420 last year.
Mm-hmm.
4A, they are, like I said, 103rd season. They was a 5A team last year. 571 for. They're the highest scoring on the website. They've scored the most points.
Yeah.
I mean, Aniana has scored the most points. I'm sorry.
Right.
Aniana scored the most points.
I'm going to look them up on something.
Andalusia, 571 for, 221 against. They are 0-24 if a team scores 40 plus on them.
Center's averaging 42.
Which didn't happen this year, but that time when they lost to Catholic.
That's the only loss, yep.
They were 1-2 in the finals in 77, and in 73 they beat Cherokee County in the semis, 21-0. This team's played before.
Billy Woods. Billy Woods played on that team.
Billy Woods played against Andalusia. Back earlier in the year, they did beat Milton, Florida, 42-31. And in the semifinal game that year in 73, in the state game, they lost to John Carroll.
John Carroll.
Yep. They beat Center 21-0, went to the next round in the state game, 73, and they lost to John Carroll. So
they went 69-4 from 72 through 77.
So this is and as well as Center. I mean, there's a book. Tommy, shout out Tommy Moon. Tommy wrote a book on that they put out a year or two ago about cotton picking Cherokee County or something.
Really?
And it's about the football around here, and it's a lot about Cherokee County football.
Right.
So I'm not we're saying that to say Cherokee County is very rich in football tradition.
Oh, yeah. This is the fifth or sixth time they played for it.
Yeah, you were a part of one of those.
One of those, yeah.
2009.
Luckily, the one that won.
Yeah.
They barely got beat.
That's because you was there. That's what it was.
Coached the tight end. 2 years, they barely lost. Now, 1 year, UMS Wright beat them pretty good. That team came back.
They're really good.
Man, I got, as far as stats go, this is just through 11 games. Their quarterback, they have not updated, had thrown for 1,700. Burnett had rushed for 1,428, and Crittenden had rushed for 853.
Now, I'll share with you.
No, I don't have anything else.
Let's share some player news about Andalusia. That was the history. Got a little history lesson. Told you about this year, what they've done, and how they've give up. And Todd's give you some stats for this year. Now let me tell you about the numbers on the jerseys that you need to be looking for. Friday, guys, when you show up down there to Auburn, here's the guys to look for. I got a big old star by, I'm not going to mention the first guy first because everybody knows who he is. He was a 9th grader and he squatted 500 pounds. Call him fat. And he's not fat. Strong safety, Cam Weaver. He wears number 6. He is a playmaker.
Cam Weaver.
He averages about 2 picks a game.
Wow.
He can run the ball down the field and run you down after you catch it. Another safety wears number 3 on his chest, Caden Denson.
Well, he's a good offensive player, too.
Linebacker Cameron Johnson is another one to look out for. Number 9 that wears on his front and back there, Dorean.
Dorian?
Dorian, Crittin.
Crittin. Yes, he's good.
Yeah.
800. Well, I got him for 853 through 11. He's probably over 1,000.
He's over.
Now.
Well, and he was the feature back against Montgomery because this next guy, Jamaris Burnett, fat, did not play against Catholic.
So he's got over 1,700 yards.
And he's about 6'3", and he goes about 220, 30. He's Derrick Henry looking like. He kind of looks like Derrick. He that size, you know.
Mm-hmm. So they got Mr. Inside and Mr. Outside, huh?
He was All-State 5A running back of the year. All-State 5A.
Last year.
Yeah. And he's back.
Jamaris Burnett, huh?
He's got offers from every Division I school that there is. They're 5-0 away from home. They're 3-0 in neutral territory. Mm-hmm. As far as the Crampton Bowl, they played Montgomery at.
Right.
They've 571 far. I mentioned that, and they've given up 221. 29-26 win got them to there. Trent Taylor, he's closing in on 270 wins as the coach.
Wow, 270.
He's right at that. I may be off a few. But their guys are their guys, and that's the guys that they have. So number 2 is your feature back, Fat. 3 on defense, and 6 outside linebacker Johnson. You hear that name. And number 9 and 2 is going to be the feature guys carrying the ball. Number 10 is going to be the one running the offense, which is Jack Lathrop.
I think that's how you pronounce that.
Yep.
Looks like he's got some good numbers too.
He'll take off with it too.
Yeah.
They're pretty matched for center for me. I watched film on them a lot last night. It's kind of they throw the ball. There's graphs, guys. Y'all go and find this too on AHSA. There's graphs, max preps. Study it. You can look all into it. They throw the ball and run the ball about as much as Cherokee County. It's pretty,
Right.
They're going to throw it 6 or 8 times a night. But they're going to be a 70%.
They're going to mostly run it.
They're going to run. Well, I mean, you got 2 guys that
can go.
He got a 5A All-State back, and now he's playing 4A football. And I don't know. I have
Burnett.
I have Fat.
Wow.
I don't have
Burnett.
I don't have a confirmation if he's playing. And I assure you that knowing Coach Kelly and coaches, that they want him to play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they don't want it to be said, well, they didn't have so-and-so,
Yeah.
Which
if
they
we'd had
wouldn't
our
say
guy,
that anyway.
If we'd have had our guy, we could have beat y'all. We don't want no excuses. Play your best. Cherokee County play their best. Have a good, even, fair call game. Everybody be safe, and let the best team take home the trophy. But with a AHSA calling it by 1 point difference, the Massey computer has it 3.5. I think they have about 3.5.
3.5.
So this game is the Warriors tackle hard. They're tough. They control the offensive line. They're going to run the ball. Jacob's going to get his.
He is.
Jack Amos touches the ball. He's trying to score every time he gets the ball.
Oh, he's a good
Malachi, speed, greasy speed. And from Landon up front to Martin and Gaylors and Wilson.
They got some good players. Wheeler.
Cade running the whole smorgasbord, making sure everything's right and working right, making his passes, making the right handoffs, taking care of the team.
Yeah, he did a good job the other night.
Tristan Brown back there making tackles. Tay Diamond and brother, old brother, Meatball, and Nut. I'm just telling you guys, Andalusia is going to have
They got their hands full.
This is not going to be
I think it's just going to be a good game.
And I know Coach Taylor's not going to be like, well, we're favored.
No.
We're South. We've been 5A and made it 5 times to the semifinals.
Yeah. Well, you better watch out. I mean, he knows that.
And I'm sure he's not telling them. He's probably trying to build them up.
Oh, he is. And I'm
to
sure
keep
Coach
them,
Kelly's doing the same thing.
To keep them humble.
You
And the league is no
focused.
joke.
We're going to have to play. Yes.
Fat has got offers from all over. Penn
2,070 last year. And he's been hurt some this year, but he's got 1,700. So that's 3,800 yards in 2 years.
We'll just tinkle on 5A here. Charles Henderson beats Faith Academy. I did pick that one, 27-12. I did pick Ramsey. Ramsey upset Pleasant Grove. I did pick that one. I just seen. Look, when Ramsey comes out over here and the way they had been playing, I mean, look down here at the bottom. Ramsey beating Leeds and Gunnersville. I thought those were good. They put nearly 50 on Gunnersville.
Yeah.
And they scored on Leeds. Had a good game with Leeds. And I think Leeds is a good football team.
Oh, yeah, they were. Leeds was possibly a favorite.
Yep.
At one time, people had talked like they might win 5A.
So they will play Thursday last at 7.
7, yes.
Thursday night, Charles Henderson takes on Ramsey. And if I'm just going to pick, I'm just going with Ramsey still.
Yeah, Ramsey's beat some good teams. They only lost is to Auburn, and they lost to Parker.
And Auburn's in you 7A.
Charles Henderson lost to Beauregard. Yeah, I mean I think Ramsey's a good pick.
I did pick Muscle Shoals to beat Mountain Brook. They did not. That's one I missed. 28-7, Mountain Brook over Muscle Shoals. They will be taking on Saraland, who defeated Theodore 21-6, and that'll be your 6A matchup, and that'll be Friday evening.
I tell you
Friday
what.
night. They'll play Friday night. We probably won't stay that late for that one. We're going to watch Cherokee County, and we'll watch Fife and BB Comer.
Look at that third round score, 57-56.
Who's this?
Saraland. That's their only loss. I mean, they beat Homewood 57-56, but the only loss was to Theodore, who I've heard is one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah.
And the overall classification rankings, they come back and beat them this week. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to go with Saraland in that one.
Auburn and Thompson, of course, they'll play again for the 34th time. And I guess you could pick either way. I think I went with Auburn just to be.
Well, we heard the other day that Auburn would win. I mean, but that was just also a prediction. Apparently, Auburn's pretty good.
Some people thought there was kinks in the chains for Thompson's defense.
Thompson has lost 3 games.
Let's run through the comments here. Holly Molly Wright. Let's go Warriors. The Fighting Whitmires. Teddy's online.
Teddy had a good game the other night, bro.
He did. He is out with a concussion. So here's saying Fat may not. He was out last week, and you got to miss a game. So he's already missed a game. I'm assuming he would play.
I would think so.
Bunn, Pleasant Grove lost twice, both to Ramsey. And Bunn said he would be at the Cedartown game with Benton. They're going to Cedartown and
Cedartown 13-0. Hey,
some weird name team.
Who does Cedartown play, Bunn? They had a tough time the other night. It's getting tough. About that third round over there gets
that Osakala
ridiculous.
Benton had that hat on that looked like a Colts.
Let me see who's I can look on here.
Oswald.
Rockmart got beat. Cedartown football. We'll find out right here.
We're gonna share a little bit of local basketball and tell you kind of who's in and who's doing what. And we'll go through the role of them, and we'll
let me check this out right quick.
We'll get off and come back and do some.
Okay, Cedartown beat Stevenson. No, they beat Bainbridge 26-21. They got North Oconee.
Oconee, yes, I knew something.
North Oconee is 13-0. Wow, what a matchup!
And you see who they've played. I done looked through it.
All right, let me look at one thing.
Cedartown. For people that are watching, they're not from around here. They run a Ugly Eagle, what they kind of call it, the Fighting Benefields up at the Red Devils of Fife. It's kind of that style of offense. And they have 3 backs that are over 200 pounds at Cedartown that just run the mess out of that football.
Well, now look, I want y'all to listen to this. Talking about spreading the ball around. But you can do that when you've got this many players. Hargrove, 574 yards rushing. Gardner, 840. Tanner, 345. Davis, 580. Diamond, 1162.
There's a Diamond.
Harris, 280.
There's a Harris.
They've got 6 backs with over 280 yards.
You want to go into college, or you want to?
Oh, I was going to do this.
You want to take it? No, we're going to do high school.
High school
you want to do a break after, or we'll just roll into college and get done.
Well, let's do a short break.
Okay.
You want me to do this high school basketball first?
Yeah, Sandrock. Everybody's playing except Cherokee County, which we all know why.
All right, well, so let's start with the Spring Garden Panthers. They lost Cooper Austin, Chaz Pope, but they do return Chapel Pope, Connor Bates, and the Welshes. You know, the twins, Jacob and John, who are very good, and also Cameron Welsh. And they will be coached by Levi Hatcher this year. Ricky Austin's just doing the girls now.
That is correct.
That is correct. I think they'll be very good. You saw them play last year, Matt.
Yeah.
They play hard, don't they?
Oh, sure. Trying to see if it gives any.
See if it gives any scores yet. I don't know if they've started yet. I would think Sandrock has.
Says Faith Christian Tuesday. Faith. Then they'll have Coosa Christian Friday, and then the next week Coosa Christian. They'll be at Cedar Bluff. It shows for January? Okay, yeah.
So they haven't started. They start Tuesday.
Yeah. Looks like it says 11th and 29th for Tuesday.
All right. Well, they haven't started yet. Has Sandrock started yet? Let me talk about who's returning for Sandrock. One of the best shooters in the state, St. Clair. Jacob St. Clair. He can light it up, can he, Coach? I mean, he's great.
He's you keep thinking
I think
he's
going to
graduate.
90% from the line. He's one of the best free throw shooters in state history, one of the best three-point shooters in state history. We're not talking about Sandrock history. State.
Yeah.
They also got Caden Justice back. Ben Dale, you've heard some great things about him.
Good basketball. And Stowe's Justice, we know.
Yeah.
They've been playing up at Supreme Court. If you keep up with local basketball, go Facebook, Supreme Court.
Right.
They're all over the place. Him and St. Clair played. They played all summer.
Oh, gosh, they can play. Sloan Wood also comes back. Will be a key piece in there. Ace Ashley, Bradley Jackson.
And Bradley, he's the lineman that played football. They put him in to muscle people up, you know. And Sloan's going to give a hand at it. He's going to try to come play. Yeah. His brother Logan, we've known him forever. Played baseball and everything. And Spring Garden girls have beat Ranburne 80-21, Hoax Bluff 61-19, and Center girls 64-31, and Miller Career Academy 64-24. It says they play Coosa the second, and they go to Model, Georgia.
That'll be a tough
in
game.
Rome. They'll play them December 30th. So these little runs right here, he's kind of getting some good games in.
I think Spring Garden plays faceless opponents.
And they're girls. I think Ace still plays, don't she?
Oh, yeah. She's just a 10th grader. She really is just a 10th grader. Matt, moving on to Gillsville. Colby Brandon comes up there, run and gun style coach. They have Tanner Eads, both Bradley boys, Kyler, and what is his brother's name?
Cooper.
Yes, Kyler and Cooper. Cooper just a 9th grader. They also have Keelan Higgins. I don't know if somebody let me know if Bradley Mitchell's playing. I'm not sure. I think Seth Lee plays.
I don't know.
And I look for some good things to happen up there. First-year head coach, Colby Brandon.
Yeah, they're running the run and shoot, and he talked to us about it at Media Day.
Yes, he did. And I know the other day they played a game against a pretty good team and just lost by 8. So we're looking for – they're excited about the season up there. And what was it, a shot every 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Or they wanted a shot every 10 seconds.
Yeah, I want to shoot every 10 seconds.
All right, and last but not least, Cedar Bluff, Johnny Amison returns. He was an assistant before, will be the head coach. They return a lot. They've got Bucky Leak, who's one of the better basketball players around. Dylan Kennard, big man. I mean, you're going to rebound over that joker. MJ Adams, who can score. Eli McFry, who can also score. And Caleb Tucker should help a lot on that basketball team. And
thank you, Jeff.
Well, I know they've played one game. They beat Cleveland County in overtime, Dylan told me.
and some of the girls I'll mention.
And the girls won. Cedar Bluffs girls won.
Yeah. They're going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
They bring everybody back because they started like all freshmen.
Yeah. They'll bring everybody back for a while.
I'll go through some of the Garden girls, Ace, and I think the Law girls still playing. I know Callie Kurt, she's back
still
again.
playing? See, I thought she was done.
Callie's she's still playing.
See, she's good.
Stewart and
I knew the Stewart.
I think Libby graduated.
Stewart girl played last year. Started last year.
They added a new girl that came from somewhere.
Yeah.
I had the name, and the center girls. We'll go through.
And Coach Nelson said that girls were getting better, work in progress, but they were being competitive. We talked to him at the media days.
Yes. I know the Haygood girl plays, and Williams, and Curry, and the Aubrey. I know some of these because I know them from softball, and I see them on. They follow us on Instagram, so I see some of these girls, and they're not as old of a team, and they got a new coach. He come to the media days, and we talked to him, got to know him. Coach Barnes. No, Coach Barnes. Yes, is that right?
No, I don't think. What?
What's his name?
Remember his name?
I got him right here on my contacts. I just talked to him last week. Well,
young guy.
Yes,
yeah.
I like them to. He's new. He went to school there.
And they got the Garmany girl.
Yes.
Should be pretty good.
Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I got my information all right here. Yeah.
Barton.
Yeah.
Richard Barton. Coach Barton.
Yeah, we had talked to them about how they're going. He's trying to put them in some games, in some tough games to start
the
season off with.
Well, they played Spring Garden already.
Bates, y'all can go back on our YouTube if you're there. Go over there and watch the media days. If you want to freshen up on your basketball, go watch that. Coach Bates at Sandrock, she's dealing with like all new players.
Right.
I don't think they brought any. Did they bring anybody back?
I don't think Sandrock brought much back.
The girls ain't.
A little bit, but not a lot.
So she's got plenty of challenges, which they've won some games.
Now,
go find them on Facebook there.
Well, like you said, Spring Garden, Cedar Bluff brings back pretty much everybody.
Yep.
And I think Gillsville brought back a lot. But, they have a new coach, Jeff Nelson. And, he said the main thing with them was just, they were just going to have to play small ball. They're not going to be able to run and gun.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Cedar Bluff, but I don't know about their girls. I'm sure they slow it down, too. But I know Crystal McElroy's girl is a pretty good player for them. I'll have to go watch them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when we get through this after
Tonight,
Friday,
Kyle. Yeah.
Yeah, tonight. Once we get through Friday, that's what we'll be doing.
Yeah.
We'll be going to high school basketball games and covering college football as we get into championship weekend, and we'll be getting into bowl games, and we'll be finishing our third year. 2019, we did our first bowl pick.
Fourth year.
Yeah.
Fourth year. Well, no, we didn't do college that year. We just did the bowls. But our fourth year of bowls, yeah.
We started in 19, did a bowl. Did a bowl 19 and 20 and 22. This will be the third year.
Mm-hmm.
So, we just kind of keep going on. And
yeah, might as well.
We keep doing it. So, we'll take about a 2-second time out here and go check the pigs, make sure the doors are closed and all that kind of stuff. And we'll be
right back.
We'll be right back. All right, y'all stay hanging on with us. All right, people, we are back. Glad y'all hung around with us. So now we are going to get into some college football. And the Warrior Walk again will be at 8:45 Friday morning. Send the guys off and girls, and prayers for safe trip. And we'll be right behind you Friday morning.
8:45.
8:45. God, we'll done be gone.
Oh gosh, yeah.
What are they doing?
That may just be. Does that mean the Warriors walk in the stadium at 8:45?
Maybe it is. Maybe we need to clear that up because they're not leaving at 8:45 Friday.
Golly,
they'll probably leave Thursday. I bet it's Thursday. Andrew.
Thursday, and she may be meaning to walk into the stadium at 8:45 and warm up.
Yeah, that may be true too. Or they may leave Thursday morning at 8:45 and go down and spend the night.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
What did y'all do? Did y'all go Thursday?
Went through town and everybody was standing. It was pretty awesome. Everybody, all the business were out. Went by the school. There's kids out cheering. All the businesses through downtown.
Did y'all play on a Friday too?
Yes. Yeah, it's always been.
So y'all left Thursday evening, I guess. Or
Thursday morning.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't real early.
Went to eat and got lunch with guys. Go down to kind of a polish walk through.
Yeah, but I can't remember what school that was. Maybe in Parker or somewhere we swung
stopped
by.
at high school and practice. Yeah, I wonder if they still do that.
Yeah, I think so. I think, what was Teddy and him saying? What school did they go to?
I don't know now. That's good.
They went to a school on the way to Pickens and practiced. They stopped somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Teddy, if you're still watching. Jeff Ballard has to get up at 1:50 Georgia time. Oh, 3:50. I was fixing to say. Good gosh.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention this, too. The last year in the 5A semifinals, when Andalusia lost, they lost to a kid at Pike Road that had over 200 yards rushing that day, and he ain't real good, I guess, but they won 33-0 over Andalusia.
Who was that kid?
Junkins, the tailback for Ole Miss, and how he got out of the state and got to Ole Miss. Nick Saban and Harsin should have their legs striped. Nick Saban should have his legs striped with a little Keen Hickory just.
Did he just not want to go?
Well, he was I think he was a 4-star guy. Same thing as Fat. That's at Andalusia now. This kid played at Pike Road, and everybody knows who Junkins is. Speaking of Ole Miss,
1,400 yards.
Lane Kiffin will not be a War Eagle Tiger.
Yeah,
he did sign his contract, but he does love going back and forth on Twitter because that's what he likes to do, and everybody thinks it's fun, and it is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So they did drop an egg, 24-22, Dean. Dart did throw for 250 yards with 2 touchdowns. Junkins, over 100 total yards for rushing and catching. Now, Rogers was 239 on the day with 2 touchdowns and a pick. Mississippi State had the ball with 5 more minutes than they did.
Sorry.
State's running back Marks and Johnson had over 150 yards rushing, and that was kind of that. And Lane Kiffin coached himself out of that game, as our dear friend Scott Wright had mentioned in a post.
What did he do? I didn't.
Just not calling timeouts and right times, and
kept going for it, right?
That time I told you that he threw that bubble down there. He threw a screen down there on a 4th down. Kick the field goal, right down the field.
Yeah, they
could have went up 3-0.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
I don't know, man. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, who am I to question Lane Kiffin? I
mean, he's going to go for it. He's a go for it guy. I mean, he is. And I guess there's nothing wrong with that. But, got to take them points, don't you?
Rogers played good. Look, Mississippi State did what they don't do. They ran the ball.
Yeah.
He usually throws the ball, 50 times a night. He only throws for 240. He usually throws for 500 because he throws the ball 50 times a night.
They ran it. I thought Leach did a good job. And I thought that, what do you think about the call, the controversial call? They blew the play dead and then come back and said, fumble. That wasn't the issue. Yes, it was a fumble, but the whole issue was they blowed it dead.
Yeah. So, don't do that.
And they come back and was like, okay, Mississippi State ball because he recovered it. He didn't even know he was recovering anything.
Yeah, they got to just let the play go through and then let him score and then say, all right, we're going to review this. Same as North Carolina. Alabama basketball just beat North Carolina in 4 overtimes.
Yeah, that was great.
And it was a goaltending call. Well, they wound up making it an inverted whistle. It was not a goaltending. So
right, and Alabama won 103-101.
Yeah, great game. You go back and catch highlights of that game. The Tide basketball, we're going to get into that too in just a little bit. What game did you? What's first on your list?
All right. Well, you want to talk about the Iron Bowl first?
Man, break it down.
Break it down. Bama 42-24. They were in charge pretty much this whole game. Auburn did go up first. I thought Auburn looked pretty good. I mean, they just run the ball. You know, Ashford threw for 55 yards, but Hunter, Ashford, and Tank combined for over 300. I just think that's probably what they should have been doing.
Yeah, he's a wildcat quarterback. He's not ready to throw. He can throw it some.
And I did not know he played at Hoover. I can't believe I didn't know that, but I didn't. 49-27. Young was just too much. 343 yards passing. Gibbs rushed for 77. Burton and Brooks, the receivers, looking good. 163 yards between them on 8 catches. 516 yards for Alabama. 49-27.
What did the energy feel like in the game? Did you watch
better.
all of it? I know me and you watched the first of it.
Yeah, it felt good. I mean,
there was never I didn't ever feel like after they got started, I didn't feel like Bama was going to lose the game.
No.
They seem more sharp. Mm-hmm. Bryce is not hurt anymore. He seems to be playing a little better. Up front, Latham and the guys had moments that they're getting their butts whooped up front by D-line, but every D-line that they've played has whooped them.
Right.
It's hard to say that about a team that won 10 games for the 15th time straight.
Right. Yeah.
I know. What are you talking about? He's saying that Bama's offensive line's not that good. It's just not good.
It looked pretty good yesterday.
Well,
they rushed for 173
It's supposed to look good. You played I'm not even. It don't matter who they're playing. You played a team that's won like 4 or 5 football games.
5 and 7. Auburn finished.
You should dominate that line of scrimmage, and they, I guess.
Yeah.
McClellan.
He had a lot of time. McClellan had some yards. He had 44. Young 48. Gibbs finished with 77. So they did rush for 173.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Against a 5-win team.
But they had 343 passing.
Yeah, of course. That's what they do now. They don't run the ball and play defense. They try to spray it all over the yard to some, pretty good receivers, which they played better last night. But again,
yeah, they did play pretty good last night.
But here's the thing for me with this playoff stuff. So while we're talking about Alabama, we might as well just get into it. I don't understand why anybody, and you can call me up, please, and talk me out of it. I put it on Twitter earlier. Twitter followers direct DM me. Why does the Bama beating Auburn, why should that put them in the playoffs? Because they beat a 5-win team.
Because they beat them convincingly? I'm like you. I don't know.
They're not in, no matter if they won or lost. I was decided before the game. I don't see what it matters. Go to a good bowl game and get a good draw. Probably play a K-State or somebody in a Cotton Bowl, or I guess, if TCU beats them.
Yeah, TCU's got to play K-State.
You want to beat 4 and play Georgia.
That's what's going to happen.
Can Alabama beat Georgia?
They're not going to beat the 3. They're going to beat the 4.
Yeah, so they're going to beat Georgia.
I wouldn't think.
Okay. Let's go to a game we can win. Because Bryce and Anderson, they're not going to play.
Are they not? Mm-mm. Unless they go to the playoffs.
Well, yeah. Which is terrible. And it's a bad attitude. And you're not a team player. You can come on here. I'll fight you over it. I don't like it. I'm old. If you play for the team, there's no way you got any kind of guts about you. I'll call them out. I'll do it. I just don't care. And sit down at a TV and know you're part of this football team that played all these years, all the blood, the tears, the upsetness, the throwing up, all the days of hot practice. And you're going to sit down when your team, Alabama, is going to bowl game. You're just going to go.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, pass me Dr. Pat. I need some more ranch for my wings.
Have you heard that Young and them will not play?
You're going to do this and not play with your team, I ain't got no use for you. I don't care if you play for Alabama or if you play for UConn. That's garbage. I don't like it. I'm old. Just say, well, they want to make a living and they got to go get their money. They might get hurt.
11 games.
They might get hurt.
But they played in 12 games.
Well, you might get hurt when you're stepping off your porch and break your neck. God wants us to have a reverent heart in the play and do everything that we do, everything with all of our might. Mm-hmm. So I ain't trying to call people out on their salvation, but I mean, if you're going to be one way, then live the way. Mm-hmm. Walk it like you talk it, young guys. Don't skip these bowl games and tell me that you're Bama true blue. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I just don't like it.
No, I don't like it either. I wish they could stop it. There's no way to stop it.
Well, if NIL guy, when you sign a contract with the
only thing that'll stop it's going to 12-team.
Skinny Biscuit's car lot down here, and Skinny Biscuit's car lot says, well, you got to play all your games this year. If you sign this contract with me and you're doing advertising for my Skinny Biscuit's car lot, you'll play every game in the year, all of them. Now, it includes your bowl game. You can't skip it, or you get no money. I need you to advertise. You're my marketing tool. I don't need you. Well, where's your marketing tool? Oh, well, he didn't play in the bowl game. Huh? He's not going to the Orange Bowl or Cotton Bowl or whatever. Why? May get hurt. When did that start?
May get hurt. I don't know when
did that start.
I don't know. It's not been long.
I couldn't imagine Coach Bruce, for example, bring a kid through. David Bedwell, or Bushland.
Well, he's going to college. He may not.
Bushland, he's going to skip a bowl game at Auburn in there. Huh? No, you have to cut his legs off not to play. Are you kidding me?
Have you heard that Young and them won't play?
I'm just nearly. Man, look, it's the same. It's been that way.
Yeah.
It's been that way.
I would hope they wouldn't do that.
The way they're waving and hugging everybody. So we'll move on from that, and I'll get off my high horse. I don't like it, and I'll let it be known right now before we start bowl season. If you sit out of the bowl game, I don't like it. I don't think you're a team player. And you can say, well, he's trying to get paid. He can get paid anyway.
Right.
Through NILs. Go ahead and get you $1 million.
Well, I mean, that's not the answer to everything. They're just trying to get paid.
No, they're wanting to prepare for their NFL. Well, so did all the other players. They want to prepare for their stinking NFL schedule too. Mm-hmm. What about them? What about those guys that are going to have to step up and play in your spot that are also seniors? You don't think they maybe want to get ready? Oh, but they're not important as you. Mm-hmm. That's what makes me mad. Because you're singling out yourself and saying you're better than somebody else, and I don't like it.
Now, how many players have been hurt by playing in bowl games and never got to play?
I don't know.
You got to look at that too. Not many. I mean, there may be one.
Sure, there is some. I'm not living in fear. If you're Alabama Crimson Tide, you roll that red helmet out on the field, that means we draw fear in people's heart. Mm-hmm. That's the way it's supposed to be, and they don't got that.
I know in college basketball they go to that a lot. Well, you can't blame the kid for going on pro after his first year.
I don't care.
There's been one kid hurt that didn't get to play much, and he got paid. Lattimore's the only guy I know.
Yeah.
But he didn't get hurt in the bowl game. He got hurt.
No, regular season.
Regular season.
And
I'm sure he got paid some too.
So,
because he didn't make a team.
In other breaking news, the darn Sun Devils, Dean of Arizona State, has hired the coach from the Ducks. He also coached at Auburn and Florida State. He was at Memphis for a sparing time. He's 32-year-old Kenny Dillingham.
Arizona State.
Look for him to do a good job there. He's a offensive-minded guy. And I'm sure that he'll be able to get some players in from the ones that can't play at USC or Oregon or wherever. And he knows got connections out there. Young, smart coach. Bring his family in down there. And it's a great area because I'm pretty sure that the number one football team in the nation is from around there.
Yeah.
So that's,
Arizona State, huh?
Yeah, that'd be good for them. Now the game, the big game.
Oh, my gosh. That's the one we watched a half together. We didn't watch none of the Auburn, Alabama.
Oh, yeah, it was. Michigan.
Wow.
And the Buckeyes.
Wow.
Is Ohio State out. 45-23 loss, 530 total yards for Michigan, 492 for Ohio State Buckeyes.
See, they had 350 at the half. Or 320.
What's up, Joe's?
315 at the half.
Yes, 252 rushing yards. Michigan turns it up and turns it out. McCarthy, though, for 263, he had 3 touchdowns, man. He usually he's not a deep ball threat, really, but he was Saturday.
They rushed for 252 yards. At one time in the third quarter, I looked at you and said, Matt, they've got 5 yards rushing. What happened? trio from here to Holt's Bluff?
They just took the ball down. Those big chunk plays. Love you guys too, man. Reggie, Bo, Josh, April, all the guys at Average Joe's coming on and hanging out with us. We just got off our high school stuff. Hope y'all get to go back and watch. So I broke down St. James, I broke down Andalusia, and I broke down B.B. Comer.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, McCarthy, 263. Edwards run the ball for over 200 yards. He had 3 touchdowns.
He's not their running back, guys.
No,
he's their
Corum's
backup.
out.
Corum didn't play.
And Johnson, the receiver, had 162 touchdowns. That's the difference.
And he's not their main
That's
receiver.
the key right there. Here's a key. And I put a star by this. These are my little moments. Michigan rushed the ball. Ohio State rushed the ball for 143.
Mm-hmm. And Michigan rushed for 250.
Stroud had 350, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Circle that 2 picks right there. 2 picks. Abuka, 125 and a touchdown. Harrison Jr., said to be by Joel Klatt, the numb-nut, blonde-headed goofball from Colorado, 120 yards and a touchdown. That's what he had.
He's great, but I did not know he was the, by far, best receiver in the country.
Well, that's by him.
I don't know. They stated that before the game.
What's that little star right there, Dean? Stroud, -3 rushing.
See, here's what I can't figure out about him. What is wrong with all their running backs? Where's Henderson? He's out. Williams was supposed to be their backup. He didn't run it much. Hayden didn't run it much. Some guy named Trenatham run it.
Yes, Trenatham. He
did good.
They rushed the ball for 143.
I think that's what
not
hurt
a lot.
them. I mean, their defense did give up 530.
Didn't run.
But
Quarterback couldn't run. Stroud's always usually good for 50 a game.
Yeah,
running.
I would think he can run the ball. Yeah.
He usually gets around 30, 40. I think the last game he had 40, 50 yards rushing.
He's out of the Heisman race, isn't he?
Yeah.
You think Williams is going to get
What's up, Short? The short of all coaches of Coach Short. Great talking to you the other night, man. We had a great time sitting out there with him and John.
Oh yeah,
they're just now coming on at 7, and we come on at you can come back on there, and I done had that on there the whole time. What a yin yang. Anyway, yeah, Michigan for me will be your number 2 team for me.
I think they'll both go in.
Georgia.
I'm talking about. I don't think either one of them will lose this weekend.
Georgia 1, Michigan 2, and TCU 3, and I guess USC.
USC.
Might as well put them in there, and we'll see what they do.
Well, Matt, let's move on to a team that got put out that was probably going if certain teams had lost. Clemson loses to South Carolina.
Bro.
31-30.
They got rattled.
Yeah. 360 yards, 2 touchdowns for Rattler. He's thrown for 800 yards in 2 weeks. He did throw 2 picks.
Yeah.
But they finished with 416 yards. Will Shipley was the star for Clemson, 132 yards. They had 336 total. Uyunglele, 8 for 29.
That's the problem.
For 99.
Where is...
I don't remember their backup's name.
Eubanks or...
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember.
What's the deal? What's going on?
8 for 29.
Why do you keep leaving me in there? Dabo, take him out. Stop trying to ride the train. You think you're trying to ride this horse. You spent a lot of money on this real pretty horse, and you got a nice saddle for it, and you even shined your boots up and put some nice spurs on it, too. You going hunting. And you get out there, and you get on that horse, and he carries you down about to the end of the driveway, and he trips on a pebble and breaks his ankle.
Right.
Put him out. You have to move on.
What is that other quarterback's name? I can't remember. But
you have to move on.
I think
he's terrible.
Good.
Terrible.
Yeah, he's not. He struggled the other day. He had a tough time. But they lose 31-30, so they're out. No matter what happens with North Carolina, they will not be going. Alabama will go before Clemson goes.
Yes.
100%, right?
Klubnik is a pro-style quarterback heading to his first season at Clemson. Klubnik was the crown jewel of Swinney's 2022 recruiting class, and he don't even believe in him. He ain't even going to put him in. What's up? What's up with that? Why?
South Carolina may cover well.
Come on, dude.
Hey, they're playing good. Finished 8-4.
Even those picks
who do you give the SEC Coach of the Year? Heupel, Kelly, or do you give it to Beamer? I mean, my gosh.
What about Vandy's coach?
I think if they'd played Tennessee better, he might have possibly have. I mean, I didn't think they would beat Tennessee.
No, right now Beamer's probably you.
I mean, beat 2 top 5 teams back to back. Well, Clemson wasn't top 5. 2 top 10 teams, back to back.
But Clemson's been in the top 5 so long, they're nearly like a...
I'm going to say Beamer or Kelly gets it. They may get Co-coaches of the year.
Co-coaches?
Yeah.
Say that real fast.
Co-coaches of the year. Co-coach.
Yeah, got it.
Co-chase.
Let's put that up there. Make us look like we're smart. Like Clatt. You know, them ESPN guys. You know, like Desmond Howard picked A&M to win the national championship.
But.
Talking about them.
Wow. That's a good way to go out. Saved his job, didn't it?
38-23.
Wow.
430 yards of offense. Wigman, 12 for 18, 155, 2 touchdowns. And, of course, your boy, A-Chain.
Yeah.
Rushed for almost 220.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave it to him a lot, too.
And Muhammad caught for almost 100 yards and had a touchdown. The Fighting Kellys almost pulled out of there. They had 384 total yards. Daniels was 21 for 35. They had 190 for 84. And Butte, 43 yards. They were 4 for 11 on third downs, LSU. That's remember me and you know Bryant talking about what that means?
Third downs, yeah.
4 for 11. If they're keeping you behind the chains that many times, out of 11 times.
Yeah, that's not even 40%.
Out of, what, 60 plays? 50 plays?
Probably 60.
I look at those small things.
I think you run 60 in high school.
If you run 60, plays for, and 11 times you're on third down, and only 4 times you get it. It means you're going fourth down, you're punting the ball.
Yeah, that's 7 punts.
That's not good.
You don't want to punt 7 times. I mean, like he could have gone for it a couple of them times. That's still 5-6.
What do you think about Jimbo now?
I think
they're ready to run him off.
I think they need to keep him around. I mean, come on.
That was his bowl game.
He did, yeah. He did go 8-4 last year. He went 10-2 and finished in the top 5 in the nation the year before. Let him get these kids that are so heavily recruited up there, and he's going to be fine. I don't agree with running him off.
No. $95 million, he probably don't care if you run him off.
They probably don't, but I just don't. I never have really agreed with running him off. They had a tough year.
Kirby Smart, why not? No.
Kirby Smart, no, you can't. I mean, I know what you're saying, Kevin, and I know he's being.
Yes, well, he's a
kidding
Georgia
around,
guy. We
but,
know.
Nah, that's
He's
too easy.
He's doing exactly what he should be doing. He's going to win another national championship. He was that successful chip that made Bama trug along, and it's gone. And since he's been gone, yeah, they've won national championships, but it's just been different. It's just been different. What's your after the so A&M goes on? That's their bowl game, and LSU will go on next week. We'll get into our picks in just a minute. They will play Georgia. Now they lost that game, so what that does for playoffs, I'm not going to get deep into that. Like me and Benton, we will Tuesday night. We broke it down in here, man. We got deep.
Yeah,
That definitely, if they beat Georgia,
Georgia might not even get in. They probably will.
That'll just be a domino that'll kill the whole playoff.
Oh, God. Just don't even have it.
Georgia and LSU fall out and they move Bama up and go in.
Bama, number 1. What?
What's your
FSU, Florida? Great rivalry game.
Yes.
FSU finishes 9-3.
What, Dean?
Okay, I called that. I didn't call them winning 9.
No, well, we had them win 8 or 9. You like early.
Yeah, just because of their returning.
Early.
They returned everybody.
They went through a patch in the briars and they got scarred up. How good they do against the Gators defense.
Well, they had 498 total yards, 270 rushing, 228, 270 passing. Travis Jordan passed for 278. They rushed for 228. AR-15 had 198. Florida rushed for 262. ATN had a bunch.
He's good. I like him.
They had 460 total. I mean, you can see why the score was so high.
Yeah.
And he threw it in the end zone on the last play of the game.
Yeah.
But it got I think he overthrew it. Nobody was there. So they win that and finish at 9-3.
Florida didn't play terrible really in the game.
No. I mean, FSU's playing good.
They have really started to hit their stride, and it's a good time to get hot. They're going to go to a bowl game. They're an ACC team.
No, yeah.
They're going to finish.
They'll probably go to a big bowl.
Second in that side under Florida, Clemson, them. So
9-3. They only lost to Clemson. Was it North Carolina, Clemson, maybe, and I don't know exactly.
They got
who,
on the
but
skid,
everybody they've got beat them was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I lost to Syracuse early.
Yeah. They
No, they did not. They did not. I'm sorry, they beat Syracuse bad.
No, I'm thinking about Illinois. They went on a run there for a while.
Yeah, they did. They were pretty good at one point in the year.
So the Seminoles they're gonna have a good bowl. And Coach Nolan down there, he's what about Napier?
Napier, I think he's going to be all right.
Yeah.
I think they need to leave him alone.
Yeah, well, we're tired of hearing fire the coach. Now if he's been there for 20 years and you start to see digress in the chain and they stop making bowl games, like once Bama don't make a bowl game, it's time to move on, Nick. You need to go to the old folks home, get your walker and your teeth and get your old diaper powder and foot powder.
But I don't think that's going to come anytime soon.
As long as they're winning 8 or 9 games, you're not going to hear a whole lot. Then there's people going to gripe because there's ridiculous fans that are 25 or 30 that's only seen Alabama win national championships, and they just don't understand that it's impossible to withstand that. And what's happened in Alabama, it's not really that they're really bad. They don't have those. We got spoiled off Mac, Waddle, Smith, and Mitchie. We were spoiled. Guys, those are the best 3 receivers, and they all played together, really.
Yeah, Judy. Yeah, Judy.
Are you kidding me? Him and Mitchie and Waddle, and then Devontae wins the Heisman. We've seen the best receiving core class at one college at one time, and then Williams comes the next year.
Yeah, and he was great.
And if he stayed in the game, Georgia don't win the game.
Man,
I'm sorry, Kevin. That's just the way it is. I mean,
he was great.
He could burn everybody.
Kevin, he's lost 50 in the draft and reloaded. Why not? I understand what you said, Kevin.
No.
I just don't.
No, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're winning.
Yeah.
He's not a holy wow.
They usually give that. I mean, sometimes.
Actually, they've underachieved. If you want to get down into it, your quarterback ain't even throwing, but he's averaging 1 touchdown pass a game.
Yeah,
they're actually
he threw 2 the other day.
Yeah, so that's his
yesterday.
If they should, they play Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Like, don't wow me with beating Georgia Tech. Like, Bama, don't wow me because you beat Auburn. Oh, you played great. I hope so.
Yeah. They did play better.
You're supposed to win those games.
Right.
Now, speaking of games that you're supposed to win, let me get in an analogy here. There's about 3 different teams that had to win or lose to set all this Pac-12 bomb that blew up that I mentioned on pre-show. Notre Dame comes out with 408 total yards. They played a good game, man. They did, but they only had 90 yards rushing.
318 passing.
They kept it interesting, but they just wasn't enough. Look, Williams had 436 total yards. He had 98 QBR. He's probably going to win the Heisman.
I would think if he has a good game Saturday, he's going to hoist that Heisman.
204 rushing. Williams was 18 for 22, 232. Jones had 154 on the ground. Addison only had 45. And Caleb ran for 35 and 3 touchdowns.
He ran for 35 and 3. That Jones is doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because their main running back, he's hurt. USC's got some good players. Yeah. And I think there's no way he don't win the Heisman.
I don't know.
3,600, 35 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I don't know who will be invited.
What's your other one? Yeah, Heisman's going to be him and Stroud.
Coral.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know who the 4th invitee will be. It may be Bryce Young. He may get invited.
Yeah, maybe come there.
But I don't think he'll win it. 4th game was NC State with a big upset. Well, I don't call it an upset, but they wasn't supposed to win. Over North Carolina, 30-27. Finley threw for 271. They had 356 total. May, who was a Heisman guy, finished with 233, and they finished with 351 total. They lost 2 in a row. North Carolina have. And they will face Clemson Saturday.
Yeah.
So NC State ended up doing pretty well. Now we never did think they were going to be bad.
Yeah,
we just didn't like their being ranked 13.
Yeah, they have them up in the top 10.
Yeah, guys, they had them.
North Carolina's something's wrong going on. Mac Brown, they'll get them figured out, and him and Dabo throw down for the ACC championship. And the other game that had to happen, USC won, check. Well, the mighty, mighty Beavers.
Wow.
Were getting their butts kicked.
Bad.
The whole game. And let me tell you what happened here.
They threw for 60 yards in that game.
Let me tell you what happened.
Yeah, what happened? Tell me.
Because if I show you, I start bringing off these stats, you're going to go, Matt, how is it impossible for the Beavers to win the game?
They outgained them 150 yards. What happened?
I dropped punt on third quarter.
Okay.
And they got the ball and scored. And they, Nix and them went 3 and out.
Mm-hmm.
And that dang tailback,
I don't know
Martin,
nothing about Oregon
This
State.
Martin kid had over 100 yards rushing. Just had a breakout game after the half. And
Was that game not 34-10?
38-34, yeah.
I mean, or 31-10.
Yeah, 31-10.
Oh gosh, you hate to lose that one.
They dropped a punt in the end zone, or right at the 2, 3, 4. That started the domino effect of and Nick's. I mean,
Nick's
27 for 41, 327, 2 touchdowns,
no interception,
143 rushing. Yeah.
Oh, they outgained them 470 to 300.
Yeah, 470 to 328. 60 yards passing.
60 yards passing.
But they rushed for 268.
Well, that's where they won then, right?
Freshman at Oregon, the Beavers, he threw 2 picks. They were reaming them the first half.
Oh, I saw the score. I was like, and then I told Sexton, I was like, flip it over to that Oregon game. They're winning.
3 turnovers.
And then Oregon had the ball on the 2.
3.
And didn't get in.
3.
3 turnovers.
And won the game. Everything you're supposed to do.
That goal line stand was big.
Yes. When they stuck them down there, what was it, 10 minutes left in the game or so? 8
They had a
minutes?
1st and goal from the 3 or 2.
Whittington ran for 80 yards and a touchdown for Oregon. Franklin and Coda. That Coda kid's good.
Yeah.
136 yards and a touchdown. And, of course, the Franklin kid receiver was good, too. They were 5 for 14 on 3rd downs. There's that number again, Dean. So, the Beavers win.
Wow.
Now,
9-3. They're 9-3.
Now,
They don't get to play in the championship.
Washington State would have to then win, which was they were not picked to. I mean, yes. Well, but Washington decides different.
Yeah, Penix threw for about 400 yards.
Yeah, they go ahead and run up the score about 51-33. So now, by Washington winning, that sends Utah to the Pac-12 title game because the Ducks lost and USC won. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Utah won big. Utah may beat USC. They beat them once.
Cam is playing good again.
He is. They're a good team.
Now, if that happens, there's that. I just keep seeing Jim Carrey in my head. So you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, I mean, Alabama might get in if that happens. I mean, that it was 43-42 last time.
And K-State 47-27 over Kansas. Howard had 213.
God, they're good.
UCF jumps up and makes a great game against South Florida, 46-39. They rushed for 326, and they passed for 202 yards. UCF did. They rushed for 326 yards.
Wow,
That's 500.
You don't lose with those numbers usually, do you?
530 something yards offense.
The final 46-39.
Yeah.
South Florida came at them, didn't they?
Tulane 27 over Cincinnati 24, surprise. And UCLA wins over Cal 35-28.
Good game.
It was a good game. So, and last I had to mention this, Duggan 13 for 24, 212, 3 touchdowns, 93 QBR. That's the other Heisman guy. It'd be Williams,
Duggan,
and Stroud.
Yeah.
And
Coral be the 4 invites, you think?
Yeah. 62-14, they smoke Iowa State, so that tags their ticket to go on and to get into what we're going to do here. Well, we'll do.
How'd we do last week? I'm just looking here.
Let's see here. Ole Miss hosts Mississippi State. We both picked.
Ole Miss.
We did. Strike one.
Lord.
We both picked. No, I meant.
We both picked North Carolina.
We both picked North Carolina. Strike 2.
0-2.
We did pick Florida State. Winner.
1 and 2.
We picked LSU both. Strike
1 and 3. Wow.
We're out of here. I don't even want to talk. We're terrible. What was we doing?
We're going to come on here.
Tennessee Vandy, yes.
2 and 3.
I had USC. You had Notre Dame.
Okay, I'm 2 and 4. You're 3 and 3.
We both had, Georgia over Georgia too.
4 and 3. I'm 3 and 4.
I had South Carolina over Clemson.
5 and 3. I am 3 and 5.
You had Oregon. I had Oregon State.
Oh my gosh. 6 and 3. I'm 3 and 6.
We don't make this stuff up, I promise. Now, I literally did make a case for the Beavers. They'd been playing good. But now the South Carolina, I merely did that out of just being opposite.
Yeah.
I didn't think, I think Beamers. I mean, they have been playing fired up, but I was like, they're not beating Clemson.
I didn't think they would.
Think? Well, DJ Ugiadudu went and laid a turd up there. Michigan State, Penn State, we had Penn State. And K-State, I had Kansas to be opposite, and you had K-State.
Okay, I'm 5 and 6. You're 7 and 4.
Bama 21.5, and it wound up being 22. They did cover.
That was kind of amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right with the spread, and they scored one with a minute left. Yeah.
Dean had Ohio State in the game. I picked the Michigan. I like Michigan, man. I'm telling you, they're rocking right along.
Dang, I went 6 and 7, and you went 9 and 4. Wow, good job.
It's going to Vegas.
9 and 4.
That's why you hit the subscribe button to get the wins on the games.
9 and 4. That was some good games. That was some hard picks.
That's out of here now. Let's move on to championship week, Dean. I can't believe it's got here already. Week 14, conference championship week. The Utah Utes playing USC, 7 o'clock on Fox. Friday. This game's from Friday. Friday night, 7 o'clock. Fox. USC is favored by 2.
Well,
Utah is 9 and 3.
Say this. Utah beat them last time. It's hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah, I agree. They just ain't. I'm
going to go with
you going USC.
USC, yeah. Yeah, I mean, now I just don't think they're going to beat them twice.
That's hard. Now there's an exception to that. Fife is the exception.
Yeah.
And Piedmont.
Yes, it don't matter.
They should have their own league.
Yeah, just Fife and Piedmont
Fife
play
and
15
Piedmont.
times a year. Fife versus Piedmont, part 9.
Like the Jason movies. Friday the 13th. Steve versus Paul, part 64.
They're 6 and 4.
Are you starting Steve tonight? No, I'm going to play Charlie. Okay, I'll play Steve then. I'll play my other guy. All right, K-State 9 and 3 versus TCU. TCU is favored by 2.5.
Wow, I'm going to pick K-State.
I'm going to stick with the Fighting Frogs. I think they keep it rolling. Clemson, North Carolina.
Gosh, I don't know. North Carolina, I don't know.
Clemson's favored by 8.
I won't say Clemson makes a bounce back. You think?
I'm going Mac Brown.
Okay.
UCF and Tulane. Tulane's favored by 3.
Tulane is playing good.
Yeah.
We'll have to pick Tulane.
Yeah, I am too. I don't think UCF.
I think USC's got a good team.
I think they'll win
UCF has a good team.
I think Tulane wins by 2 touchdowns. Times. Clemson plays 7 o'clock Saturday, ABC. K-State and TCU, 11 o'clock on ABC. UCF and Tulane at 3 on ABC. 8 and 4 Purdue plays Michigan. Michigan is favored by 17, 7 o'clock on Fox Saturday night. Primetime game.
I'll be shocked if Michigan loses that.
I ain't even going to ask you. They're not really good. Now, if that happens, now you know what they are. Now, remember last year? Remember that game I picked?
Yeah.
And they're the most, they upset more top
Purdue
3.
Than anybody.
Yes, not top 5. They upset more top 3 teams than anybody in the nation.
Right. In the history, right? Or in the last.
Yeah, I mean, just in general.
Yeah.
You don't want to play them when you're hot.
Michigan's hot, though, man.
I mean, I'll take you fighting khaki pants. And then 3 o'clock, your game you want to watch, 3 o'clock CBS. Have your hot wings ready by 2 with a lot of ranch. I will. Saturday, after we come back, after Cherokee County has won the state championship. And I call and text everybody and the boys, and that's going to be great. I'm excited for them. LSU and Georgia, the SEC.
I just can't pick against Georgia.
Georgia's favored by 17. LSU laid an egg.
Yeah.
Unfocused. The guys ain't ready because they're focused in because they're going to beat Georgia. I'm just kidding.
No, you're kidding. I mean, it might be a good game, but I'd be shocked. I mean, just floored if they were to beat Georgia.
Well, that's our picks for next week. We like USC to win. I like North Carolina to bounce back and beat Clemson. Clemson is reeling. I like TCU. Dean likes K-State. We like Tulane to beat UCF. We do both like Khaki Pants to beat Purdue, and we both like Georgia to beat LSU. 3 o'clock CBS. SEC title game, guys. The year is over. So that means Xavier and Gonzaga. Oh, that's a great game.
They've already played 7 ball games.
They're having a invitational. Where was it at in Portland?
Mm-hmm.
The old Trailblazers old arena.
Well, Matt, let's go through this right quick.
Talk about some bowls.
Wrap it up. This is
college basketball. Give us some of your picks.
Okay, this is just in case. This is what they're predicting.
Uh-oh.
All right, we're going to start with December 28th because that's when they start getting
some good games.
Baylor versus Florida.
Now, this is predictions. Not Matt and Todd Shaw. These are from College Football Nation. But we may agree, and I'll tell you if I do or not. No.
Baylor and Florida. I'm going to have to go with
What bowl game is that?
AutoZone Liberty Bowl.
Liberty Bowl.
December
Florida
28th.
and
Baylor.
Florida and Baylor. Florida and Baylor. Liberty Bowl. Florida, Baylor. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking Gators. Think Napier wins him a bowl game.
Okay, I'm going to go with Baylor.
Now, these games may not.
Well, I don't know. That's just a toss-up. I mean,
they're both kind of reeling. They're both in bad spots right now.
San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl.
Holiday Bowl.
Notre Dame, UCLA.
I'll take Notre Dame.
I think I'm going to stick with Notre Dame, too.
They're playing angry.
Yeah.
They just run into, Williams just had, they couldn't hold him on the ground.
Taxac Texas Bowl. Oklahoma. This is December 28th, too. That's a good day for bowls. Oklahoma versus Mississippi State.
Wow. I'll take Leach.
Okay, I'll
in the
pick
Texas
Oklahoma.
Bowl.
That'll be a good game.
Which the game's probably in where, Houston or?
Houston.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cheez-It Bowl, December 29th.
It's usually a good game. I know you're laughing, but it is.
Louisville versus Oklahoma State.
Good game.
I think Oklahoma State's a little better than them, don't you?
I'll take Louisville.
Okay. Alamo Bowl, San
Alamo
Antonio, December 29th. Texas versus Washington State. I got to stick with Sark on that.
I'll go Sark. Projected bowls, guys, for this December coming right around the corner. We're a month away.
That Friday.
Today.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
December 30th, they've got predicted NC State versus Minnesota.
NC State, Minnesota.
Minnesota's had a good year.
I'd go with the
Wolfpack.
Yeah, they won. I mean, why not?
Okay, I'll stick with Minnesota.
Rowing the boat. You gonna row the boat?
Yeah, I'm going to row the boat.
What bowl was that?
That was the Mayo Bowl, Duke's Mayo.
That's a good game.
Good Mayo.
And that's where we're at. It's in Kentucky or no?
Charlotte.
Yeah.
All right, Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, El Paso, December 30th, Duke versus Oregon State. I know.
Now, you got to think about travel. They're meeting in the middle. Oregon State and Duke, coming from North Carolina and Washington State, Oregon. And Oregon State and Duke.
I'm picking Oregon State.
Beavers, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They're terrible, but somehow they find a way to win. 60 yards passing, 3 turnovers.
3 turnovers.
But a drop punt could cost you a game. Never let a kicker or a ref decide a game, what Coach Johnson told me one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Florida State, Kentucky, Gator Bowl.
Florida State,
Jacksonville,
Kentucky.
Florida. I know who I'm picking in that. And I hate to pick against them, but Florida State's playing out of their mind.
They're playing good. If you give Levis a month to get healthy, they get everybody healthy. Old Stoops may pull something good in their smoke that head for them. I'm going to be pulling for Kentucky.
I'm pulling for Kentucky.
But I would think Seminoles win.
All right. I'm going to pick the Seminoles. I hate to pick against the ACC, but sometimes you have to. The Music City Bowl in Nashville, December 31st. Illinois, Missouri.
I mean, Illinois has been, but
they're not bad.
In Missouri, they give Georgia a scare, didn't they?
Yeah, they did early in the year. Beat Arkansas.
They played Georgia I don't know. That might be a good game.
It could be.
I'll go SEC.
I'm going to stick with Illinois on that. I am going to go with SEC on this next one. Iowa versus Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to get off the schneid there and beat them.
Well, they're big up front. Them old
that
corn
is
boys.
the Real Quest Bowl in Tampa.
That'd be a
January
nice trip.
2nd.
January 2nd. Well, we're reeling on down into the good one here.
All right. Citrus Bowls. Penn State versus LSU. Boy, that's a good matchup.
Penn State, LSU. That'd be after Kelly loses the SEC title game. Yeah, I think they'll give Penn State all they want. I think it'd be a good game. Special teams will be
I'm going to pick LSU on that. But I think it'll be an excellent game. Let's see what we got here. No. There we go. Okay. Let's see who we missed. All right. And we got North Carolina versus Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee. That's the Orange Bowl.
North Carolina, Tennessee, Orange Bowl. North Carolina, Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah. Mac versus Heifel.
All-State Sugar Bowl. Alabama versus K-State.
I told you. I thought they'd get the cotton. They're going. Why would LSU not? Why the runner-up in the SEC always gets the sugar? But anyway, because Bama's going to finish at 5. I think.
Pick Alabama.
Yeah.
I do think Kansas State will be a challenge, though. They'll have to play good.
Yes, they will have to. Don't be surprised if that game is tied at halftime, like 21-all. But I'm serious.
Oh yeah,
They'll throw the ball around on you, and our D-backs are not really good. And they get lost and turn around. They kind of goofy. Toe a towel. He can't call in a play. They'll turn around and get confused on you.
Well, see, this thing was done before yesterday, so we really can't go into this next one's.
Yeah, what's the next one?
They're picking Cincinnati and TCU to be playing in the Cotton Bowl, but
Okay.
that's not going to happen, I don't think.
No,
It may.
that'd be assuming that TCU lost to
And then they got Michigan.
K-State, and Kansas State must have won. They're assuming they beat TCU.
Right, they got Michigan and Oregon in the Rose.
Michigan and Oregon. I see an Oregon lost, so yeah.
Yeah, me too. Let's see what they've got in the playoff. This is which we may not can do this because
Yeah,
they've got it.
they're going to have LSU and Georgia and Michigan,
they got
Ohio
Clemson
State.
and Georgia playing, and Ohio State and USC.
Yeah, which is about, which we'll get in that Tuesday night. Tune into that show
So.
Tuesday
But
night.
those
We'll see
others could
how
definitely be what they say.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, it's good. It's fun. That's what we like to do.
That's just predictive.
We like to have fun and go through something.
They had Clemson and Georgia playing. Clemson is the 4, Georgia is the 1, and Ohio State and USC is the 2 and 3. Boy, that'd be a good game in the playoff. They had Ohio State and Georgia, which we know now that's probably not going.
No, it's going to be right now. It would be USC plays Georgia and Michigan plays TCU. If we played today, if the season ended yesterday.
Yes.
Who would you like in that? Georgia plays Georgia and USC. We ain't even really thought about it.
Georgia and Michigan in the finals.
I've just now thought about it. Like I'm trying to run it through my head. Caleb Williams he's going to get light up that Georgia defense.
He's good, man. He's good.
Can they stop
light
him?
it up or get shut down one.
Now Michigan and TCU, we're going to have Duggan and McCarthy.
Yes.
Who wins that shootout? Michigan defense looked pretty good against
Yeah,
Stroud.
they did. McCarthy looked good. Wow.
If they can shut down Ohio State, I'd assume they'd beat TCU.
Yeah, I would think.
So we'd take a rematch of last year.
Georgia and Michigan, which I do think would be a better game than last year. Michigan may get them.
Yeah. It may not be a repeat.
I think Georgia's going to have a hard time winning this.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, we're going to do some – we'll run through some college basketball and we'll get out of here.
This is just real quick. This is my top 8 players returning for college basketball, and we'll get on out of here. Teams, y'all know North Carolina, Gonzaga's good.
Yeah,
Alabama's
right
playing good.
Yeah.
Kentucky's playing. They've lost a couple of games, but they're playing good. Look, Alabama is 7-1 now.
Sears, 24 points.
24 points.
Bama's playing good.
They are
You know how they'll
playing
do. About Christmas, they'll just go –
Then they'll come back up.
and then about middle of January, why are we in it? We're going to make it. And then they'll be in NIT and get drilled.
Well, I'll start out at 8, and I'll go up. Number 8, Florida's Colin Castleton. He's a 7-footer.
Yeah.
14 points, 9 rebounds. Number 7 is Caleb Love. That's North Carolina's shooting guard, 16 points a game.
Yeah.
Number 6, Tiger Campbell. He plays for UCLA. He's the guy with the big hair.
Yes, Campbell.
Yes, the big
I love watching
afro.
him play.
He's very good.
Last year, what kept up with him very close.
Number 5 also plays for UCLA. Jaime Jaquez. Very good. Wears the headband.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Zach Edey. Have you seen this guy play? He plays for Purdue. He's 7'4". He is absolutely unstoppable.
No, I have not.
Unstoppable.
There's nothing with him.
No, they beat Gonzaga the other night. Bad. There's Purdue and Duke.
He plays for who?
He plays for Purdue. Look,
about
see there. Look at him. You see him right there? I don't even see him. Here I'm saying he's the best player in the. Oh, that's him.
Where?
Is that him right there?
The
He's 7'4", maybe. Oh, there he is.
yeah.
There he is, right there. He just walked. See, he's my number 4. Oh gosh, they beat Duke. They beat Gonzaga by 16 and Duke by 19 because of this guy. And Auburn's going to have a good basketball team.
that drop step looked pretty good, didn't it?
It's unstoppable.
Well, it's kind of like nearly like Shaq's.
Auburn
Shaq
6-0.
Yeah. I saw that this morning on a Auburn fan site. They're gonna be good this year.
Oh yeah, he's done a good job down there.
Pearls.
I mean, people don't like him, but I mean, he can obviously coach.
Yeah.
And they're 7-0. So Alabama and Auburn are probably going to move in the top 10.
Yeah.
And Kentucky will be in the top 20.
I like Kentucky. Maybe they're going to be fine. Kentucky's
I
going to be.
think Kentucky will be fine.
They're a Final 8 team.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine. All right, number 3 is Drew Timme
Oh yeah, man.
from Gonzaga.
He's my guy.
Yeah,
He just looks like he
Fu
just want to go hang out and like he just put up a hammock in a tree and play the guitar and drink lemonade and tell stories. You know.
Yeah, he's cool. Number 2, Kentucky's Oscar Tshiebwe.
Al Sheedway.
17 points, 15 rebounds.
Still playing.
Still playing. Gets in foul troubled some. I think it's just he plays hard.
Yeah.
And the number 1 player on my list is Armando Bacot from North Carolina.
Yeah, we saw him.
He's a double-double waiting to happen.
He took one of those last shots to the layup, or was he the one that tried to lay that ball up and Bama blocked it?
I think that was Love.
Okay.
But, but North Carolina's lost a couple of games, but they lost 9 last year and played for it. So I think they'll be good down the stretch.
Don't get crazy right now, but these are some names here to y'all keep up with.
But number 4, keep your eye on him, Zach Edey. You just saw him dunk.
Purdue, number 15.
Yeah.
On his shirt there.
7'4".
Next week we'll be back with your state champions.
Yes.
For high school.
We'll have it next week.
We will run through that. And we'll make a run through that. And then we will talk about our conference champions.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will give our picks on those. We do like Georgia win the SEC and go and win another national championship. And good luck to Cherokee County. We'll see you guys down there Friday.
Matt
and Todd show will be down there.
Yeah.
And we will go live from down there. I'll turn the phone on for a bit and we'll make a spiel and talk about what we see and what it's like and give all the fans back home that couldn't come. Because you can watch on NFHS. It's just $11. And WVO TV. I think I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Just type in AHSAA Super 7. Where to watch, and it gives a list. AHSA gives a box of where you can watch WOTM. The guys that do it, I talked to him at the 5 Piedmont game that night. Real nice. He's an older guy, been doing it long TV, like John Holder, like long time. You're gonna be able to watch there for free.
Okay.
They went in partners with AHSAA, like Georgia did a couple of years ago. So Bama's trying to catch up with Georgia. They're still way behind on a lot of things. Georgia high school football is way ahead of Alabama.
Hey, good luck to Cedartown. And Cartersville still in it.
Is
Rome. That's the only 3 from Rome.
Adairsville's out. Yeah, I think Adairsville.
I think Adairsville, maybe.
Calhoun?
Calhoun got put out.
What? Surprise, surprise, surprise. And good luck to 5. Coach Benefield against the home of Gomer Powell, the BB Comer, Sylacauga.
Gomer Powell.
Yep. Listen, old Fat down there in Andalusia.
Let's see if Adairsville won, and then we'll get out of here.
He's going to be a tough load for our Warriors to bring down. He's tall, he's big. Don't hit him high. You got to hit him low. And I know all the players will hear that all week. you got to get your hands around him. You get your hands around his feet, and you got to get him on the ground because you're just not going to run up to him, grab by his shoulders, and get him down. He's just too big.
No, Daredevil lost Friday. No, they lost the last Friday to Oklahoma County.
Oh, no, that's it.
Yeah.
Oklahoma. Okay. All right, guys. We appreciate y'all, and much love and respect to everybody. And y'all keep your heads clear. Keep your hearts full of God, and we'll be back next week with state champs around the state of Alabama and conference champs around the nation.
Yeah.
We'll be deciding Tuesday night who's going to be the playoff picture. Then there'll be one more playoff show that'll be the actual show.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll see if they put Bama at 5 tomorrow.
We'll see.
Tuesday night 6, tune in right here live. Me and Benton will be on here hashing it out again.
Sounds good.
All right. Y'all have a good week.